What's up, y'all? This is the Peace Dealer reporting and representing live. And they can try and stop the funk. They can try and stop the kid. They can try and stop the boy. They can try and stop the knight. They can try and stop the king. They can try and stop whatever, but they cannot stop the truth. And they will never, ever, ever stop the truth. So just keep this in mind, because I have some amazing news for you. I have some very amazing news for you that's going to open up quite profoundly the experience of these live broadcasts. You see, the Peace Dealer opened up a YouTube channel and just started expressing mad amounts of truth. And this kind of got on the dark forces feelings, you know? There's some people who also make YouTube videos and they wanna talk like they're promoting a heavenly vibe, but they're fake. I'm just sorry. They just do this for the money, or they don't really know what they're talking about at all. And they're infiltrating this light worker field with dark intentions. But, you know, in our field, they're real ones and they're true ones. And we go through some interference, you know. Sometimes you do a very enlightening broadcast, and then, I don't know, out of nowhere, your transmission just gets interfered with heavy. Don't worry. Those of you who've been following me, I already told you when the sun was going through Cancer, this is where spiritual warfare is going to start. So spiritual warfare is all, or rather, interference is all part and parcel of this warfare. Sometimes your transmission gets blocked and you just have to take that bump, but you keep on getting it up. You know what I'm saying? Just like I just made a part 2. So don't worry. Sure, this broadcast might start glitching and it might start interfering. So if you see at any time something starts to disconnect, please comment in the live chat, because I have found a unique solution to this situation. As you can see, there are 3 of me right here, or if I point right here in the corner, and I have done the shadow clone jutsu to make sure that I'm multiple places at once. So I'm live on my phone right now, and I'm also live on my laptop. All right? You can't stop me, dark forces. So because my internet is stable on my laptop, I literally can't get interfered. And even if this glitches, that's going to be down there. And this is proof that the signal that's interfering with this desktop is pure BS interference. You experience it because you know this only happens when I say certain key things, okay? I had a reading with a Cancer the other day, and our Skype conversation was pure. She was in Abu Dhabi, I was here. It was pure, nothing, until I started reading cards for her. So dark forces be hating, and you gotta take precautious measures. Thank God we have Virgo energy. This is all good now. For those of you who donated money yesterday, or yesterday in the super chat, worry not. I'm still going to pull cards for you. So stay tuned at the end of the broadcast. I have memorized who donated what, and I will be pulling cards for you. So awesome sauce, Johnson's. And thank you very much once again. I also still have the link to donate to the Houston Food Bank as well. Huge shout out to Rocktober Born, who donated 60. I'm assuming it was for the Houston Food Bank, so I'm definitely going to forward that there for sure. But regardless, we will be doing a super chat at the end. And then, really, this is part 2. So we're going to wrap this up by pulling cards. I'm going to pull a tarot card and a Osho Zen card for what this is going to do per sign. And I will also interpret how this is going to influence you astrologically, get some predictions. So thank you, Margaret. If you remember, I have to kind of explain these things because I have my moon in the 8th house. I have Neptune in the 8th house. You know what I'm saying? Uranus in the 8th house and Capricorn. I have Venus in the 12th. So when I get interfered, I already know why. Like Saturn's on my moon. Saturn is like the referee, the person the referee goes to, the judge or whatever. And Saturn is like, this is what you did. You know you're not supposed to be talking about this. So if you remember to the end of part 1, before I got interfered, I had actually thanked you guys. I was like, thank you for there being no interference. I had completely jinxed this shit. Thank you for there being no interference. I want to talk about a channeled message about women specifically who are going to take certain paths. And then they just cut me off. Okay. Number 1, that channeled information is exclusive. Like, Spirit doesn't understand. I'm like, I don't want to liken myself to TMZ gossip journalists, but I just let Spirit know, like, yo, if you're going to tell me this, I'm going to tell the people. And Spirit is like, well, some stuff people aren't supposed to know. And I'm like, I don't really care though. And like, you know, Spirit didn't outright say I shouldn't say this, you know what I'm saying? But it's very exclusive information. It's not even like people can do bad stuff with this information. It's nothing like that. It's just really, really keep in mind when you hear about the path, why something like this will be interfered. I'm really trying to have you connect these dots here because it's gonna blow your mind. But yeah, regardless, at the very end, after I pull the cards for the super chat, then I'm going to talk about the channeled message. So let me just kind of reiterate that. First, I'm gonna kind of close out the astrology of Mars and Virgo. Yes, Simply Reen, I low-key, I'm not the paparazzi of the spiritual world because I'm their messenger, but they treat me like paparazzi. They treat cancers with high esteem. Angels, gods, goddesses, they treat high priestesses with high esteem. Like Leos and Cancers, they can pull rank. Like a Leo can tell an angel, like, oh, could you hurry up with my croissants, please? You know what I'm saying? Like, they can get arrogant, and then people won't really complain because it's like, you know, it's the royal guard. Like, let them do whatever. But they treat Gemini, I don't know if they treat other Geminis, but they treat me like I'm paparazzi. Like, I am not a premier messenger. Like, I have to take different vibrations and then find a way to communicate it in a concise way that makes you already know I'm crazy, but you can still understand it. And it's like, they treat us like we're expendable. What Leo said, they'll be like, oh, you know, we can just get another messenger. Little boy, we can just get another messenger, like really quick. Like, go and do your job. The stress just gets to me. And then I get broadcasts, feared. You know what I'm saying? And then I call in for divine support, and then they're just like, excuse me, we're not gonna waste our angels on you. Just get some crystals and learn to defend yourself more. It's not easy being a prophet. It's really not easy being like a messenger. Not everyone's a Sagittarius who can just rip interdimensional fabrics in space and just walk through it and just have a dandy old day. Like some people gather around. That's all I'm gonna say. But join us after the cards, and I'm going to talk about the channel message because this is something that's opening up with Jupiter in Scorpio, and it's really speaking of the pathways that women will be walking into, and I have likened them. No, it's not really into tarot card, and some of you are already walking this path. So I'm going to give you awareness to make sense of it. Some of you are having a fork in the road. Some of you have already evolved from the path, and you're on some other stuff entirely. And the importance for this, the reason why I channeled this was because in this new age movement, you have a lot of women embracing witchcraft. You have a lot of women embracing the superhero, superpowered superwoman, and or witchcraft, because those are very badass themes of woman empowerment. Like, I get it. It's dope. It's just you have a lot of women like embracing wanting to be a witch, and anyone can low-key just say they're a witch. Someone can just like do spells and maybe follow the face of the moon, and they dead ass think they're a witch. And no, it doesn't work like that. So there's three general paths that a woman will choose to walk. When it comes to witchcraft, and this is important because when we're talking about paths, this is everything that Mars and Virgo is going to activate until prepare you until Jupiter goes into Scorpio. Witches are a special class. So there's three classes that women can walk. And please don't take this literally or technically. This is just more conceptual and abstract. For men, for some reason, it's 9. I had actually expected women to have more, but it's kind of interesting, all right? But witchcraft is generational. Like, not anyone could be a witch. Like, for example, Candace Marie Loft, Beyond the Veil. She's like within a lineage of like people who do that craft. So that's actually a special class that not any woman has access to. This is the difference between a witch who has to look up spells or a witch who's been taught spells from their great grandparents. Like it's in their blood. Like, that's the difference. Another special class that women have are angels, all right? Especially Libras and Virgos. Angels are another special class. And in some instances, the angels can choose to walk one of those three paths. This is where they're versatile. But some angels just choose to specialize as just being an angel and having that close connection with the divine. This is really abstract stuff, so I really apologize if I'm losing a lot of you. A lot of this is channeled, but really keep this in mind. This is what I'm going to talk more about at the end of this video. Hopefully it will resonate with some of you, because I really feel like this will kind of resonate. But regardless, Mars in Virgo is going to activate your lifestyle dependent on the passion you're going to apply to your routine and what you do. You really do not want to be put off by feeling necessarily lethargic or lacking of motivation, as the decisions you make to devolve or evolve your behavioral decisions will reflect just that, your behavior. And behavioral decisions are very tricky, because what Mars in Virgo is really here to do is to be drill sergeant on your bad habits. any difficulty that you face, regardless of the zodiac sign you represent, has all to do with the bad habits that you have that will get in the way of the perfected behavior you have to develop. Remember, Mars in Virgo is preparing you for Jupiter in Scorpio. Once Mars enters Libra, Jupiter's in Scorpio, okay? So a lot of you are going to gain inspiration. A lot of you are going to gain like power, especially once Mars starts to trine Pluto. This is going to give you power to really apply this in great ways in your life. All right. Brienne, witchcraft is 8th house, but honestly, there's 12 houses of witchcraft. It's kind of omni like that, but that's a good question. There's a 12th house placement of it though too. But yeah, because it's going to be opposing Neptune during this transit, this is what's going to expose certain horrible behaviors, kind of like this, reaching for my arm to itch because I have a Mars in Aries and I can't necessarily control myself. This is going to make me like a lot more aware of how I can organize my style down to my minute behavior. Now, will I do that personally? No, because my sun is in Gemini and I'm a crazy dude and I have no Virgo. So I'm literally not inclined to like do this. It's a horrible, unorthodox application, and I don't invite you to follow that, but it is what it is. This is important though, because regardless of what I think now that Mars is in Leo, once this actually shifts into Virgo, since it's actually like in a feminine zodiac sign, this is really now allowing the events to occur themselves. So you'll definitely be able to invest and make the proper decisions. All I can say is whatever you have to let go, or not let go. You don't have to let anything go this transit. You just have to shift and adapt. So whatever you have to adapt to match the passion for what you know you have to do, do. Aries rising. These cards that I draw are definitely for your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, or if you are dominant with this energy. Aries, because Virgo is going to be in your 6th house, this behavioral energy is going to really, really, really test how well you deal with anger in the stuff that you do. Aries, how well can you deal with your more raw behavioral flaws? In that you can be so focused on work you have to crush out, but if you're mad while you do it, how does this throw you off? This is actually going to help you develop the zen you need so that you're not really about to like beat the crap out of a coworker or verbally lash out at them on the spot. Be very careful, Aries. Be very careful, Aries, because your buttons are going to get pushed. The king comes from Virgo to Aries. You're just going to get people throwing shade on you and kind of making you feel like what you're doing isn't perfect enough, and you don't have time for that nonsense. I even have the 7 of Wands. So it's just like, in a nutshell, you're having to really stand up for yourself. You're having to really like not back down from criticism, and you'll gain victory this way. But it's actually next to this sorrow card. So this is another aspect of this, but I almost see this as you being triumphant over this person. But regardless, like this is talking about having to, the energy that I get from this sorrow card is Aries, you're not going to be sorry that someone did something bad to you. Aries, you're gonna be sorry that you can't like beat the crap out of someone, or you can't like give someone justice. Like Aries will get really sad when it's like, oh, it's not fair. I want to do this with my own hands, but you're gonna you're gonna have to give it up to karma or something, and it's like, oh, but I just want to smash their face in. And I'm really not being sarcastic, so I kind of empathize with you. You know, I would hope it's not really that bad, but yeah. So just really stand up for yourself, and you'll be straight. So Taurus, um, Mars and Virgo is gonna really help you get freaky, freaky. Not necessarily that it isn't already as like um as tense as it is, but because this is going to activate your fifth house, there's going to be a very magical way that you can activate your heart and implement the work you do to add more creativity to your style. But Taurus, you are the producer. So this is really just kind of you opening up a more grounded sense of organization, because all you really need is to implement maybe like 1, 2, 3, or 4 elements into your routine to have something in place before you can kind of relax, as opposed to other signs who can just adapt. You're going to establish that. How you're going to establish that will range anywhere from food dates with cute people or sexy people you come across, or just really random, unorthodox, like powwows that uncover themselves. The channel of this is so fucking frictioning. I'm so sorry, Taurus. But yeah, Mars is going to be in your fifth house regardless. It's just the opposition with Neptune in your 11th is going to challenge how well you think you know people in your circle of friends. And what I mean by this is, since you're going to be manifesting a lot of what your heart desires, this Mars is just going to really rev up the passion for you and make this easy for you to gain. Neptune is going to really test the intent of people who key into this. So keep that in mind. The Chariot card about you gaining profound victory with this transit. Sexy time, but yeah. Oh, nice. So yeah, definitely enjoy that, Taurus. You will gain this evolution or momentum from flowing moment to moment. Because Virgo is in your fifth house, if you get too caught up on being too perfect, it will just kind of stumble you. So you want to be more focused on what it is you are experiencing as you express your heart. And Taurus, since Virgo is in your fifth house, you want to get passionate about what it is you love and really bring that out and really get. All right, let me snap out of it. Gemini, Mars is going to enter your fourth house, and it's going to really frustrate pretty interestingly what it is you're living, because some of you kind of need to change up how you live and get your home in order. Some of you actually have to like start cooking and like have more presence in your home. Mars is going to really drill sergeant how much you live where you live. Do you even live where you live, Gemini? Or are you just there? Mars is going to add passion here because there is a certain flow you're going to maintain in wherever you live, and whatever ritual you maintain with Mars, where you now start to organize yourself with what you do where you are, will apply now to if your home burns down. What you develop with Mars in your fourth is what you can apply wherever you are. But I'm not gonna lie, Gemini, this is just gonna be very weird because there's a lot that you're going to have to privately act on outside of the view of others that will key you in to details of your vision more than other people. So it's just going to invite grounds for people just to understand what the hell is going on. But because you're taking the right action anyway, and you're delivering, oh my God, I think that was a ghost. Regardless, you know, it's still going to do well to just make more people intrigued. But regardless, Gemini, Libra is directing your fifth, so that's going to open up very potent doors for whatever is creatively inspiring you. Saturn's going direct in your seventh, so you're going to move forward with any serious relationships that could really help you move forward as well. And we have the Page of Swords. So people are watching you, Gemini. This is the espionage card, low key, to be honest. This is somebody, the Page of Swords is a message and an alert of the truth. So it can indicate someone younger than you giving you an important message that you need to know. But this is like someone watching you from law enforcement, but you know, this could be someone lurking on your internet, or this one, someone who they may not be saying anything to you, but they're watching you, like they're keeping tabs on you. And you know why, Gemini? Look what card just split. I got the 10 of Pentacles that just kind of fell out because we have the Success card for you, Gemini. And if you kind of look at how this came out, it's like you're so busy enjoying your success, you have no idea that certain key people are checking on you. So keep that in mind, y'all. Cancer. Mars is going to enter Virgo, and you're going to find it very difficult to not maintain a constant dialogue of sexual innuendo. You're going to be hearing the sexually charged intent in the things that people say. Mercury retrograde has kind of already been like fine-tuning your mind into hearing the details of such, but it's definitely going to sexually charge your attitude in ways that you could actually use to create skillfully and rapidly and efficiently a lot of what you do, and with focus, okay? Let me see. Because this is still including an opposition to Pluto, there's a lot of intensity that this is also keying you into. Cancer, I don't think you're going to hear this from someone else, so let me be the first to tell you, okay? You don't have time to tell people that Pluto is opposite your sun, Neptune is trining your sun, and now Mars is sextiling your sun, okay? So you are maintaining like unhealthily obsessive, deeply sexual attractions to people. And Pluto is trying you, like you are maintaining unhealthy obsessions with other people, and it's dreamy. And the sex you have with people is on another level, okay? Even when it's not that good, it's like, whoa, all right? So you need to understand that people do not have any grounds to really lecture you on why you should let go. If you find it completely difficult to abstain from certain addictions or to stop doing some stuff, that's because you have motherfucking galactic overlords playing with your energy. Like, it's the biggest clash. Like, Cancer has to deal with this duality even worse than the mutable signs because you're experiencing it and they're gaslighting you and they're draining you. So you're simultaneously getting fucked and then chastised for complaining about it. So it's like war. It's literally war. That's why I say Cancer's on the battlefield. So you can circumvent this by literally flipping people off. Like, anyone who tries to tell you how you feel, you don't have to explain how you feel. Because that's the reverse osmosis of this. I can't believe I just said reverse osmosis. This is the reverse psychology of this, to where you now spill your feelings and you feel like you're being understood, but nope, they were playing you. They just wanted to see you cry, or they just wanted to like see you vulnerable. All right. So, I mean, it's all good. Jupiter is going to go into your 5th. So you're going to finally, some of you have been wanting to know how to harness this freakishly powerful emotional strength and power. And Jupiter is going to go to Scorpio. So you're going to know how to like master it and know how to project it. And a lot of Cancers are going to be like straight Kill Bill and just go on revenge sprees. And it'll be justified. But because Mars is going to be in your 3rd house, Cancer, you have to be very, very, very mindful, because you're going to get into a lot of heated arguments with the microaggressions that you'll continue to notice that most people don't, because they're not really that attuned and aware of really seeing into the detail. So don't necessarily back down. We do have courage and we do have judgment on top of this. Because Cancer, certain things will happen to kind of awaken and have a budding of consciousness within you, and this courage is really rising through the opposition and rising through the oppression. This is the Pluto that's opposite you, and people trying to judge you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Trojan karma is Saturn. Karma, there's different types of karma, I like to think. But what I currently focus on when I think about karma has much to do with, I think of tax. I think of like giving back what you've done. It's reaping what you sow, basically. But the reason why I link it to Saturn is who looks at your live stream and it's like, all right, run that karma. Some people are smart and they like to attribute karma to like credit. I think I even have that. Credit Karma. I don't want to plug in Credit Karma, but I do advise that. Yes, I am doing super chat cards, Simply Read. But yeah, Saturn is going to run your karma. And that's what leads to Pluto. At the end of your live stream, Saturn's going to run your karma and see if you did what you came here for. And everything that you did that you probably didn't think you'd get back, you're going to get like paid back for in full. Ooh, Saturn likes to pay back people in full. Remember that. So that's kind of karma. So, you know what I'm saying? Karma can be related to time because time is how you live out karma. So if you spent a lot of time, like, because you could have spent a lot of time that you could have done, like, working on yourself, hooking up little kids. Like, you saved them from disasters, you saved them from abusive parents. That's karma you're putting in. That's Saturn and Mars. You're using your actions to like really help people, and you're taking, but that comes with a sacrifice. That's an opportunity cost. You lost your opportunity to achieve your dreams or whatever. Well, you have to get karma for that because you took the action to help those kids. Now you have to reap from a responsibility of what happens to those kids. Maybe they may live those dreams out through them, and it could work out in something that works for you. Of course, advanced application is what yin yang masters and apprentice have, or if you have Sun on Saturn or Sun on North Node, you could literally bend karma to your will. Like these Capricorns who were born in 1990 and 1991, who have Saturn on their Sun. All right. Mars entering Virgo is going to really pimp out your lifestyle. Yo, Mars entering Virgo is going to hook you up, Leo. You're going to get on the serious grind. You're going to really put into work a whole lot of what you've been wanting to manifest. Leo, the interference is actually happening because this is going to be profound. I think this is interfering for you, Leo. Let me see if I have to wait. Lilac Ocean 420. I was almost done making the Yin Yang Apprentice vid, but then I decided to make it even longer so I can go even more in depth. So I got you. It's gonna be dope. But yeah, Leo, this is going to be very powerful for you. There's a lot that you're wanting to put into motion. There's a lot that you have lined up in a row that you already have produced. I think you have stuff you've worked on, ideas that you're ready to implement, and Mars, you're ready to work on it, and you're going to get paid for it instantly. It's going to pay back. Like that's what's awesome about having Virgo in the second house, because it comes back like really quick. And really keep this in mind, because you still have the North Node in your sign, and it's definitely going to open up quite profoundly. Who disliked me? What did I do? I have to cry about this now. I'm very sensitive. Why? Is it my big nostrils? Is it the way I say Virgo? No, I don't really care. Anyway, Leo, really keep this in mind, because there's so much that you're going to put into action, and there's so much that's going to manifest and open up really amazingly. And you're going to be in a position to where you could literally manifest a whole lifestyle in the palm of your hands. It's the difference between manifesting stuff you want versus creating a new way of being. And I say this because you're going to experience breakthrough. And this breakthrough is going to be a financial breakthrough because of work you do yourself. Some of you are just going to, like, let's say you make like $1,000 a month, you're going to be making like $5,000 a month. Some of you even 10K, or you're going from making 100K a month to like 500K a month. All right. Some of you, this is huge payday, like huge breakthrough, Leo. So this Mars entering Virgo transit is going to be you breaking through a brand new level of financial like success. It's cracktastic. And a lot of this comes from the Mars trine that's going to happen to Pluto. When Mars is trining Pluto in your sixth, this is what's going to completely like transform and break through into a greater way of living. And you'll have more expendable cash to spend while you do it. Be living classy. Virgo. Virgo. Somebody is going to be entering your sign. Virgo, you need to be very mindful that Neptune is in your 7th house. So use your angelic powers of discernment, because people are so fake right now that they can literally like say, "Hi, how are you doing? I love what you're doing," in front of your face, but then simultaneously be plotting something or be the reason why like you have a dislike or you have some part of your plan faltered or something like that on site. You're dealing with very nebulous and shady characters like this. And your intuition, the double-edged sword of this is your intuition is going to let you know instantly. That's what they don't know. They don't know that the moment they're lying, you already know. But it's like, if you don't have faith in what you know, you're the only one who's going to know it. Because if you try and tell other people, they may not believe you, and you just don't need other people. Is what I'm saying. Okay. So regardless, Mars is going to enter your sign, and you're going to get all extra sexy. And when Mars is in a zodiac sign, it attracts a lot of attention. You know, it's been in Leo, it's wrapping up in Leo, and it's really adding a lot of flair and charisma to what Mars can attract. And it's going to go into Virgo, and it's going to add a steamy element to you. And it sounds all cool and sexual, but just, you know, fully expect people to think that you're hitting on them when you're not. And this is going to be very annoying because people are going to swear that you're hitting on them, but you're just saying things more passionately. And Virgo, you be all extra subtle. So you'll just do things like more like subtly sexy than it has to be done. And it just has people thinking, oh, well, of course they did this to turn me on. Very delusional thinking. So be very careful, Virgo, because, you know, even though this is going to add a lot of passion to your decisions and general energy to your vitality, it could just end up confusing a lot of what people think your motives are. None of this will really matter, though, as long as you maintain and harness this anger. I mean, this Martian energy. Venus will also join with Mercury. So you're just going to have so much like active energy to highlight, generate, and analyze with. Ooh, you're going to be analyzing everything. Keep in mind this analyzation is taking into account the past 6 months of experience. So there's going to be a lot that for you, Virgo, will have been so much to process in a day. So you're going to have even more complex dream patterns. This is the case for you in Sagittarius. Because there's so much that you process in just one day, the dream patterns you have are way too complex to have in a normal night's sleep. So your dreams are just going to be even more like crazy. Anyway, we do have completion. So Mars in Virgo is going to really activate a lot of what you have been moving forward to accomplish. And this is going to be your decision to finally, the last piece of the puzzle to start it. It's just like pushing a button. And the High Priestess, of course, is really gaining a completed understanding of the higher intuitive vision that you have had. And it's really urging you to trust the synchronicities that you see. I just saw a synchronicity right now. And do I know fully what the synchronicity means? No. But the High Priestess is saying, trust in my presence. Trust that it was something special, something that you may not be aware of, but y'all, okay. Libra. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, wow. I now realized why my nose is itching. Libra. Anyway, Mars in Virgo is going to be in your 12th house. And you may really just experience a lack of drive in order to do anything. A lot of people don't know that you're low-key lazy. I mean, you do have the Libras who work really hard and show up cordial to like everything, or at least stuff they give a damn about. But you have the low-key lazy Libras. They work really hard in front of others, but then when they're by themselves, like they just turn stupid lethargic, and then they really just like procrastinate on everything that exists. Mars entering Virgo is going to give you the opportunity to recharge your batteries and really have you reevaluate what it is you want to do in order to activate your spirituality. Because you have the most critically anal and realistic zodiac sign in the most abstract, imaginative house of astrology, this is really like difficult, but ends up working out like heaven. It's weird. You're able to now act on, in practical ways, very abstract principles that will add to the imaginative behavior, the imaginative behaviors that you implement into your lifestyle. But what I was trying to say is, you Libra, you use your imagination. When you live your lifestyle and routine, you integrate imagination with what you do, and it's what helps you think and be very creative on the spot. So you have to now flip that and find ways to you're going to do, and then sit and ponder on what the spiritual meaning of that is. Know that the conclusions you draw are erroneous and completely false, but you must be like a kid who's just drawing and formulating. Once this goes into your first house, this will you'll now come with clarity of how to apply this to yourself in ways that work. Oh shit. It was interfering. All right. For the card, we have the Ace of Wands. So this is going to activate definitely passionate opportunities that you can strike on. But it's interesting. I do have the Fighting card. So I kind of see this being a conflict that sparks up quite passionately. And be very mindful, because this could really like spiral out of control. Sorry, I will be pulling yesterday's super chatters. Scorpio. Scorpio. Yeah, they do keep trying me, yo. I didn't even think that it was YouTube that was doing it, but that makes more sense, because I don't actually, no, it's not YouTube. It's not YouTube. It's not YouTube, because when I use my laptop, it's actually working now. It's actually just like, I can't even blame the desktop. It's just weird. But yeah, anyway, Scorpio. Scorpio, Mars is going to be in your 11th house, and this is going to be one of those transits where some people will want to be more than friends, if you know what I mean. There are going to be a lot of people who you are casually acquainted with who are going to want to make you their sex kitten, or who are going to want to really engage sexually. Keep this in very profound mind, because for people who will not engage sexually, this is going to be very awkward of energy. And let me explain this, because in every single, there's multiple and various applications of this. Obviously, not every single Scorpio who watches this will even be in a position to have sex or old enough to have sex or even want to have sex. Regardless, Mars is the sign of sex, the planet of sex. So this sexual energy will express itself in nervous energy, erratic energy, or hyper energy because it's not being channeled sexually. And this can make a lot of awkward moments and bring a whole lot social anxiety. So the reason why you might be feeling socially awkward around people is because they're going to be very turned on by you. And I'm not really talking about in a fire sign sense where they're just hot and you feel passionate, but in a more deep sense where Scorpio, there's something about your vibration that activates the sexual glands of people because you rule people's, like you rule the private parts of people, but that's vibrational. Your presence actually makes people horny. And it has nothing to do with them looking at you. Well, some of them will get turned on because some of you Scorpios are just like gorgeous. But really keep this in mind because people are going to be visibly holding this back. And some of you are going to take advantage of this and manipulate this because, you know, some of you are OD low-key evil. And if that's what you do, that's kind of cool. I think it's a little funny. But yes, some of you will be a little bit, you know, you'll be a little bit weirded out and awkward because you'll sense that people are trying so hard to hold back, you know, and it doesn't matter what sex they are because both men and women are going to really be feeling it, and especially once Jupiter goes into your sign. We do have the King of Cups, which is your card. I have the Nine of Swords, so I shuffled again because, yeah, I got the King of Cups for you, and understanding, which is talking about you gaining a lot of psychological understanding of people around you that are close to you, and also you being compassionate. Don't be so quick to judge, Scorpio. Be more compassionate and be willing to understand why people are doing what they're doing, and you will get the answer you're looking for. Well, I don't want to mean like that unless you're looking for a bad answer, but you will get the understanding you're looking for. Sagittarius. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Sagittarius, your card is similar to Leo, but just in a different sense. Mars is going to enter your 10th house, and this is you really taking that last hurrah for glory. I kind of liken it to you doing the last stretch, working your last hurrah, because Saturn's at the last decan and it's ready to leave your sign. So Mars entering Virgo is you like doing that last set of your bench press or whatever workout you're doing, but instead of applying it to workout, it's just really as far as all the stuff that you want to show the world. Okay. Gemini, our 10th house is Pisces. So we like to tell people things. This is why I said, like, our magic is low tier. It's microscopic. You don't even see the magic we do. People think we're crazy. You don't even know we're playing the gates on you. So what we just say stuff though, right? And can you see what we say? So it's Pisces. Sagittarius, they don't want to tell you, they want to show you. So what they show you is real. Virgo, 10th house, right? You're going to now manifest this with the actions you take and the passion you express towards what you show people about the life you live will definitely have you feeling quite in control, but more so passionate and just very like on fire. You might feel on top of the world. Now be very mindful because this could spark competition between people who want to impress authority or between authority themselves. You might get thrown shade a little bit by people in higher positions than you, but don't really take it personally. You want to keep everything you privately sense about them with Neptune in your fourth, private, because no one's really willing to even decipher that nonsense. But even though it's nonsense, it's like scarily accurate and true. But regardless, Mars, Sagittarius, you want to really take a lot of passionate action towards what it is you want to achieve, because this is going to be your glory period, really. And similar to how Leo got the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Pentacles too. This Mars and Virgo transit is going to bring out a lot of wealth for you. A lot of you have you're self-employed, or a lot of you are doing well with the work you do, and you're going to be able to really make a lot of money with this transit because of the willingness you are to work for it, right? But whereas Leo is breaking through this, Sagittarius, for you, it's ripening. So this is stuff that you've kind of put in work for a while, and now it's like in a position to where it's starting to gain more fruit. Capricorn. Capricorn, Mars is going to enter your 9th house, and it's going to have you engaging in philosophical debate with others who literally don't have the slightest clue of what they are saying and or doing. It may frustrate the crap out of you, because with the sun in Virgo, all this Virgo energy in your 9th house is showing you the facts on facts on facts. So you're seeing critically what's real. We didn't have this Virgo energy before, so you weren't able to make important decisions. Like when we were 6 months ago, there was no Virgo energy really. So you didn't really see the facts. You didn't necessarily really see what was really going on. Right now, you see what's really going on, and you're going to be pulling people's cards. You're going to be like you're going to want to tell people like, hey, this is why you're full of shit. This is why you don't know what you're talking about. Because one thing Capricorn does is, someone like Gemini or Aries, when we disagree with you, we're going to call you out on the spot. First of all, our minds work way faster than theirs. And we're able to just like say certain things that we see instantly, but we never really expose it to the depth that Capricorn does. What Capricorn does is that they'll build a case on you. Capricorns like to build cases on you. So if you ever get in a relationship with a Capricorn, especially if you marry one, like a Capricorn or a Virgo, but especially a Capricorn, when you marry one, they're already building a case on you in case they have to divorce you. So they already got like what they're going to tell the lawyer, and like what Capricorn will do is everything that you've done, you know what I'm saying, that wasn't right, they're just going to know. They're just going to keep the receipts. They're going to keep the screenshots, and they're not even going to try and bring it to you. They're going to bring it to probably the court of law, where they will examine the facts, and you'll just get destroyed with the facts, all right? Not everyone's a Gemini or a Pisces who can get away with that, all right, very cheekily. And even still, we don't get away with everything. But yeah, now you're in a position to like finally, you know, act on the case you've built. I'm just trying to let you know, though, Neptune is in Pisces in your 3rd house. So you're going to be telling people the facts, and people aren't really going to be understanding what you're saying. Because Neptune in your 3rd is coloring your attitude and actually giving people hypnotic rapport to whatever you say and do. So you're able to put people in trance. But there's certain individuals that may not necessarily get it. So you're better off just still keeping and building the case you're building. It is what it is. I know there's a couple Capricorns building cases on me. And yeah, you can build your case. The peace dealer ain't afraid of no case. The peace dealer ain't afraid of no case. Gemini's got an affinity with the law. So good luck with that. Good luck with that. Anyway, pettiness aside, the cards that I have for you, Capricorn, are Aloneness and the Page of Swords. And it's kind of interesting. We have the same Page of Swords who was lurking and stalking that we had in Gemini, except successful, but Capricorn is all alone. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Okay. I'm trying to really decipher and understand what this could mean because I don't know if they've established contact. Whereas Gemini is oblivious to this prevailing lurker, it looks like Capricorn, you're aware of who the hell is lurking on you. This is interesting. But you're definitely keeping silent to certain things. And I'm very interested about how this works. You might be actually coming out of your lonely hiatus. And yeah, we'll see what happens. All right. Aquarius, for you, Mars is going to be in your 8th house. And this is going to sexually frustrate the living crap out of you. And it's just going to be so unfair in the sense where even if you get your sexual fix, you're still just going to be so sexually frustrated because it's like you're not necessarily going to be in a position to get all the little details of the intimacy that you want to have to happen. And instead of actually sating your sexual impulses, it's going to be like an itch that you can't stop scratching. And Mars is going to bring the itch, except it's a sexual itch. And you can't detach from it with your mind. And Aquarius keeps with them like one or two like friends with benefits. Every Aquarius has at least like one or two friends with benefits. It's funny because sometimes the Aquarius doesn't even know. This is just something the universe has blessed every Aquarius with. Every Aquarius has at least like 2 or 3 friends that all they have to do is just ask, like, hey, can we have sex? And their friend will be like, yeah, sure, I don't even usually do it. And the Aquarius may never even know. The Aquarius may never even know. But this you need to really like, count your blessings. Love, Demi, that is facts. That is facts, Demi, love, facts. But yes, Aquarius, those friends with benefits are going to bail on you. You're not even going to have access to them. The reason why is because you now have to transform the way you sate your sexual addictions. This is tied directly to the drive you generate to make basic decisions, like buy chocolate cake at 2 a.m. in the morning, which you wouldn't have had to do, but since you were just so horny all day, you somehow subconsciously decided to sate that addiction with food. That's not exactly how this may play off, but it's going to be pretty bad because it's going to try and Pluto in your 12th, and this is just really recalibrating with your body, your psychic energy. I'm not going to lie, Gemini's going through it too, but this is going to be a little bit more intense for you, Aquarius. So the way this is kind of working with the air is it's recalibrating your bodies through releasing a lot of potent sexual energy. So if you're getting very sexually frustrated, if you're finding you're a lot more horny than you used to be, specifically horny, this is because your power is awakening and it's just releasing the sexual energy that has been suppressed in your root and sexual chakra for a while. That's all it is. You don't want to attach to it. You don't want to let that drive you into addiction. You just kind of have to experience it, feel it, and let it go. But the more horny you get, don't necessarily feel bad, because some of you could feel weak. Some of you could feel like you can't control your dark side, that you're letting your vulnerabilities like control you. It's not controlling you. It's you releasing it. It's good. It's actually you releasing it. It's not, it's temporary. It's not gonna last forever. And once you do, you're gonna now start to harness your power. So it's a good sign that you're about to awaken a lot of power within you. And I have the Empress here. So this is definitely talking about sweet loving, and this is definitely talking about harnessing the beauty that is all around you. However, we do have fighting. So I specifically get the image of like, the vision that I have here is like you getting sexually intimate with someone who you're also simultaneously arguing with. And this is just that kind of chemistry that's going to permeate. Like you're probably cuddling on a couch together, but you're talking mad crap to each other. And you're like really like that, like bad talking each other. This is the vibe that I'm gonna get, that I'm getting, that is kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like you're really saying mean things to each other, but you're still cuddling each other. Like you're not about to like leave at all. It's this really weird commingling of energies that you're just gonna have to deal with. And this is where that itch is going to really just annoy you. All right. Pisces. Mars entering Virgo is going to give you an unbridled sense of courage in the way that you actually become aggressive towards others. Pillow talk shade, yes. Mars entering your 7th house is going to have a drill sergeant come through you. So all the stuff that you didn't want to do, you know how you know that you're supposed to tell someone something, but you're just not necessarily going to feel like doing it because, I don't know, you're Pisces, and you're just going to use your mind control abilities to make them do it anyway. Oops, did I let that secret out? Sorry, Pisces. See, Pisces is so passive aggressive. They're like, why am I gonna ask my friend to go to the store when I can just incept the intent in his mind in the first place? So let me give you an example. Pisces will want to have Popeye's chicken, but Pisces is too passive aggressive to ask their friend to drive them to the store. So Pisces is just going to focus on their friend and be like, Popeye's chicken, I want Popeye's chicken, I want Popeye's chicken. And then the friend will just be like, hey, bro, do you want to go get Popeye's chicken? And then Pisces is just going to be like, well, I don't know if I really want it, but yeah, let's get it anyway. Let's get Popeye's chicken anyway. And then you guys think you're so goddamn slick, and it's all good. Mars is going to go into your 7th house, and it's just going to be like, all right, no more of this passive aggressive shit. I know you're psychic, but you now have to do it. So you think you're going to get away with like having people do whatever they want, and then Mars is just going to lead your hand and then push you into situations where you have to now be active and you have to be assertive. Okay. All right. And at first, it's going to be a little bit putting off because now you're going to have to act. See, you guys don't understand. It's not that Pisces is shy. The only reason why they're passive aggressive is because 3/4 of them is in another dimension. So they're not trying to like ground themselves to really do what they can just have you do from the spiritual realm. Like, they're a little bit lazier than Taurus. They just doesn't look like it because they know how to move around and dance in your face and just like literally be a dream and still have a real essence. And you're just like, what am I, what? So yeah, Pisces, that's kind of the lowdown. Mars in your 7th is going to also aggravate other people and make them more aggressive around you. So also keep that in mind and don't let that put you off, because you could definitely reveal the true motives of others. But I think similar to Virgo, you're gonna have a lot of people every Pisces that I've met is magical, Trojan. Everybody. I've never met a Pisces who's not magical. But yeah, you're going to meet people who are just very overtly sexual with you. And this is why Mars is going to say you have to be aggressive now. Because Pisces, some of you will literally just let people like touch you. Some of you will literally just let people like sexually do whatever. And some of you like it, but some of you kind of don't. Some of you literally you'll just let them do whatever. Like you'll be uncomfortable, but you won't do anything. You won't put up any boundaries, and you'll just kind of let them like. And Mars is gonna be like, how about you step the crap back? It's just gonna take over you like, boof. And you're gonna be like, damn, I didn't know I could do this. I'm just joking. That's being exaggerating. Some of you Pisces know. But anyway, we do have the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups, which is saying Mars and Virgo is going to bring a transformation in how you perfect your love. So Pisces, it's 11:11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And let me just say, you're going to really have a blissful period. Oh crap. A blissful period. This transit. Okay. Thank goodness. And yeah. So the transformation influence has much to do with you being in a position to understand profoundly what you will be reborn from, and it's going to help you step much further into a whole lot of this peace that is for you to experience. Okay. So that being said, we're going to get into the super chat. Thank you once again for joining. Who want to stay tuned for the channeled message, stay tuned for right after the super chat, and I will do so. And I will be pulling from the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards by Colette Baron Reed. All right. The last card that I have for all the signs is the 8 of Swords. All right. You might be blinding yourself with insecurities. When we're in Virgo energy, it gets pretty negative because you start to get really hard on yourself. You start to be very mindful of your flaws and where you think you suck, and you can really slow yourself down with negative thought. But you have to remember that there's abundance all around you. This is what this person doesn't see. While being negative, you still have this abundance within and all around you. So you'll be able to tap into that, okay? Oh, snap. Woo. Ugh. All right. All right. Damn. I'm a little tired, but I'm all right. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay. Yvonne, thank you for the donation. Yvonne, the card we have for you is regeneration. Okay. So, train, I see you. But yeah, Bonnie, the channeling for women I'm gonna do after the super chat. So just stay tuned. Once I finish the super chat, I'm going to do the channeling. All right, but yeah, the regeneration, Yvonne, is talking about deep subconscious wounds finally healing themselves. You're gonna find yourself to heal from the deepest of heart wounds that you've had. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you very much. Rocktober born. We have Yang. So you're going to really bring into a physical manifestation the life force that you have. And this is going to exude itself through your projects and actions. Very exciting. Thank you for the donation as well. Chad, thank you so much. We have the tribe, and you're going to be the one who organizes this tribe. So Chad Taylor, really ask yourself not the kind of people that you want to see in the tribe. Ask yourself the kind of person you want to be in the tribe. What are you going to contribute to this tribe that you're going to build? And that's what's going to help you understand all you need to know. Communication specialist, we have exchanging gifts. So a lot of what you value and a lot of what you think is like important to you, you want to give that to somebody and see whether they give you something that's equally important to them or not. So I'm going to say this one more again. Communication specialist. Exchanging gifts is you want to do a test. Okay? You want to do a test. Give somebody something that is very, very, very important to you. Something that is super important to you. And see if what they give you back is important to them. If it's something that's not really important to them, then that's not someone you want to really be as affectionate or giving to. If it's something that is really important to them, that's going to let you know how much more they care as well. So keep that in mind. Jennifer, we have why, and you're going to uncover a profound element of mindfulness, uncovering gratefully what's really going on behind the scenes. This is great because you are a Capricorn. So you're really going to uncover the meaning of a lot of, I'm sorry, you are a Sagittarius. You're a Sagittarius, I believe, with a Capricorn moon. So you're going to really uncover the meaning of why everything is not happening for you, but for why everything's happening for everyone and also yourself. And you'll kind of have the answers to a lot of questions that people ask. Alexa Jimenez. We have to the sea. So what this is expressing is gaining emotional depth of your experience. This is going to require that you go deeper into your feelings than you already do or would even want to. And once you kind of pass a certain depth, it may kind of put you off and turn off your fire, but you're going to now gain a more deeper, compassionate perception and sense of what it is you're able to actually like understand about your situation. So give yourself time to do this, but it really will kind of like make sense of a whole lot. Oh snap. Did I just pull a loyal heart? Okay. Annie Lee, we have loyal heart for you. So this is talking about a specific individual, Annie, and it's speaking of like someone who is very loyal to your heart, but in a sense where it is like connected. The loyalty you have is reflected, especially, and it's something that's going to grow and come into more life over the next 6 months. Walking miracle. We have peace. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Make sure you breathe in that good ass prana, baby. Good job. Good job. Jasmine Hall. Thank you for being oh so patient. The card we have for you is the tribe. You're going to be recruited by the tribe. The tribe has been watching you. There's this collective of people who really align with a lot of what you believe in. You're an excellent fit to what they have. So it's going to really give you a sense of belonging, and you're going to really be, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be like, you're going to be like, by Kanye West, Ain't nobody effing with my click, 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 click. It's gonna be dope. Margaret, we have orphaned. And this is indicating only having to deal with somebody who is kind of, so they're going to look to you for encouragement. They're not going to look to you for support because they're going to have too much pride to ask for help, but they are going to look to you for advice. This is to speak of certain projects that you have to deal with or work on that are completely abandoned. So the message I have for you, Margaret, is just because an opportunity comes up where everyone else abandoned it doesn't necessarily mean that it's not worth doing. You're going to have this ability to bring out the best in whatever it is. Shannon, the card that we have for you is Chop Wood. I'm not going to front. I have meanings, so I'm going to look it up in the book. Essential meanings: being grounded in everyday experience, humility. There are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness, so you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is the forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it is in full blossom. So, I mean, it's basically saying to be more mindful of what goes on in your routine. It's actually very Virgo message, because what Chop Wood is saying is that you'll be in a greater position to, you know, gain messages and profound awareness over the little things that you. Well, Shannon, you the card I got once again is Chop Wood, and it's saying that Chop Wood is saying that you want to be in a position to be very mindful of the work you're doing and to spend time doing, like, you know, simple tasks that help get your mind back into the zone, even if you feel a little bit like frustrated at first. Simply read. We have breathe. 1 into the 2, 2 into the 3, 3 into the 4. Then you gotta breathe. Then you gotta. All right, but yeah, activate your soul with the breath of life and just allow everything to do the rest. This is actually kind of cool. All you have to do is be conscious of your breath, and everything else will do the rest. So that means you have extremely powerful magic skills and ability. My Lena, Virgo angels be lit. Milk and honey, flights, air. This is it. This is definitely speaking profoundly of you grasping this. Okay, we're back. The tribe is talking about being in an interference. Being in an interference as ways. All right. But yeah, lots of tribe. Patricia, the tribe card is really speaking of, you know, being in a position to be mindful of where you stand in relation to other people in your tribe. So you, other than the other two, you're already in your tribe, Patricia. So you're just going to come with a greater way to engender more, you know, chemistry. Yeah. Khalil, we have observer. So Khalil Lewis, a part of you feels guilty that you're not doing enough. A part of you feels like you're supposed to do more. And that's actually just the collective unconscious and collective conscious vibration lingering to pressure you to kind of act uncharacteristically. You're in an observer phase, and it's an extended phase. So you don't have to be impelled or motivated to do anything right now. You still have to gain a lot more data, and that requires observing situations and gaining experience before you even make decisions. So continue the observations. You're going to find out stuff that people don't even know how to conceptualize. So you're totally Gucci. Holy Niwa, thank you very much for tuning in. We have Truth Be Told. So Holy Niwa, you're going to have a magical experience with people. Everything that you say to people is just going to key them into the truth of who they are. Some people, it's going to be scary because some stuff that they've been hiding, like let's say that they've had an addiction that they've been hiding. When they come to you, you won't even know what they're saying. You're just going to say a word and it will trigger it. And you're just going to be really, you know, you're not going to really be exposing people. You don't have a bad intent, but truth be told, you know, you're definitely going to be mirroring back what it is people are doing, and people are going to kind of get adjusted vibrationally with your presence. Sim, oh, we have round and around we go. All right, never mind. That was horrible. Round and round, Sim O is talking about you necessarily gaining greater and greater experience with the cycles that you have experienced. And specifically for you, this is speaking of how you're never really done with an issue. You just revisit it and you evolve and you do it better each time. Okay, so you're gonna really revisit a whole lot that you've mastered, and you can really now accomplish stuff that you didn't the first time around. Evangeline. We have blessed. You wanted guidance for star seeds? You have to know, Evangeline, star seeds are blessed. This is why a lot of you star seeds are going through fucking hell, and you're having to go through the heights of depression, or the depths of depression, and the heights of just insanity, because you are ultimately blessed, and you have beings in higher places and in this real dimension who love you. So you don't have to really worry about anything happening, and don't ever succumb to the depression. Clarissa, the card that I have for you is also loyal heart too. And this is saying that you have a loyal heart, and it is royal because it is loyal. And not anyone deserves to share your love. So if you find yourself blocked to love, that's because anyone who doesn't have a loyal heart isn't even going to be able to date you. Like, there's just going to be so much spiritual interference. So the only one that you're going to attract are people with loyal hearts. And when they come in your life, you can totally trust them. All right. Ooh, intuitive channels are us. What's good, yo? Shout out to Darius in the live chat. People who super chat us, I'm giving them a card to show my gratitude. So the last super chat we actually have is from Demi Love. I'm about to now get into, oh, no, we have more. Demi Love, we have soulmates. All right, so Demi, If you don't know who your soulmate is, you're about to meet them. If you know who your soulmate is, this is a reuniting of your souls and spirits. So this is definitely going to revisit anything you weren't able to, you know, conclude the first time around. Wifty, Mangura, we have to the sea, and you're an Aquarius sun. So this is going to really force you to be more emotional in your disposition. And to the sea can kind of indicate more abstract principles and being a bit more far removed and isolated, but you really want to go to the depths of how you feel, even if you're just an Aquarius robot that has no feelings. But you have a Leo moon, so you do have a lot of passion in your soul. Go to the sea with them, even if it burns out that fire. Jaslava, we have the tribe. So everyone who got the tribe card, you're getting inducted and initiated by high galactic overlords who have seen you to be really like worth their time and bestowment of higher galactic knowledge. All right. But this is, of course, is going to manifest in this real-time dimension as friends who tell you cool things. And you especially, you're going to really feel more connected to the tribe you're in. All right. Tara, the card that I have for you is blessed. Tara Alawi. Alawi, you are blessed. 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 The card that I have for you is there's a message in a bottle, and it's totally not a genie. So it's not gonna grant your wish, but it's gonna give you some fish. And it's not fish from McDonald's, it's fish from like Benihana's. And yeah, you're going to get an important message and a very important synchronicity and sign that just snaps you back and reminds you, oh yes, the universe does have my back. Why did I forget? All right. I have one more super chat card for everyone. So if you're not able to donate a super chat, I still got you. And the card that I got for everyone is soulmates. Do you think you don't have a soulmate? Are you trying to say that, oh, I'm just not meant to have love? Well, your soulmate's gonna meet you and smack you upside the head and be like, we got shit to do. But I'm talking about romantic soulmate love. Every single person watching this, you have a soulmate. If you don't know them, you're about to know them. If you know them and you're trying to be like, well, the universe is just going to align us together when the time is right. Fuck that. You have to align with them right now. Like, actively seek this person out. Do you know you're telepathically connected to them? You're awakened too, right? So they're probably more psychic than you. Take the experimental route and experiment with calling their energy in. If it doesn't work the first day, try it the second day. But some of you are already with your soulmates, and you're really going to engender a greater communication. And any kind of unclarity will be, not so much unclear. So with that being said, I was speeding so I can get to this part. Ooh, this is very exciting. So I'm going to break down this channeled message that has a lot to do with the evolution of the divine feminine. So, because there's an important, my soulmate is the strength card. Whoever is really the strength card, that's I don't know. But yeah, actually, I don't even know if that's true. I don't know who my soulmate is. I'd be thinking I know who my soulmate is, but I'm just joking, guys. I have one and only soulmate. I have a Venus in the 12th house, so I like to keep my love life hidden, you know what I'm saying? But I think I'm gonna reveal a secret here, there's one special being that I love. Special being is food. Mexican food, Italian food, Chinese food. I be eating, and it makes my heart go so happy. It's like I'm in a relationship with food, and I might open up to dating other people, you know, but if I date another woman, she might have to compete with my love for food. So it is what it is. Anyway, uh, this channeled message, okay? This channeled message has a lot to do with the evolution of the divine feminine. And there are pathways that are opening up for you to take. There are 3 general pathways. And the reason why I want to spread this message is you do not have to be a witch. Not a lot of you kind of have your own sense of identity. So you're not even trying to be some mythical being. Like, you're focused on being who you are. But there's some of you who want to draw on the elements of witchcraft and spell crafting, and you really don't have to. So the reason why I'm saying you really don't have to is because if you're not a real witch, then you don't even you don't even want to really mess with that lifestyle. And you know you're not a real witch if you did not get inherited any powers from your higher generation. Like, if your grandpa or grandma or mom didn't say, like, hey, you're a witch, like, it might be in your blood, but it has to be inherited down to you. There's ceremonies that legit pass this down. And it's okay if you're not. It's a rare select few people and clan that are witches. It's just the glamorization of this makes this, popular, okay? But I'm going to let you know, I'm going to say a majority of women fall under these 3 paths, okay? Now, before I say these 3 paths, there are special paths. So if you're not these 3 paths, there's a special path. Like witchcraft is a special path. It's like a keke genkai. It's the keke genkai of spirituality, where it's in your blood. So that's why you're different. Some of you, witchcraft is your keke genkai, especially if you are moon or sun in Scorpio or moon or sun in Capricorn. It's exclusive. Like, you can't really find it sponsored by other vibrations. Another keke genkai is angel. Being an angel, Libra and Virgo, you can be the special class of just angels. All right. Another special keke genkai is the vampire clan. Some of you have vampire DNA, and I really do mean that. Some of you have vampire DNA, and because you're also human, you can be a daywalker. So the sun isn't going to, like, screw your shit up, but maybe you might be sensitive to light a little bit. Who knows? You probably don't have all your power till the night. But we're not going to talk about the specialties. We're going to talk about the 3 paths. So the path that most people know about is the path of the high priestess. One thing, and please, because this could be twisted a lot, I don't want it to be like I am not the authority of what woman can be. I'm just channeling to you. So don't take this too literally. This is just more conceptual and abstract. Once again, I am not the authority of what woman can be. It's not me that's coming up with, this is the path that you can do. This is just, take this for what you will. Some of you might have a different meaning of this. So this is just me messaging. All right, please don't shoot me. So regardless, yes, you can be a specialty and part of another, but you can walk the path of a high priestess. This is the pathway of the maiden. This is the woman who decides to walk with God very consistently. You have to abstain from certain pleasures in this lifetime, and you put in your time and you commit very heavily with soul and with spirit. Usually a lot of Cancers walk this path. You literally become a maiden, so you usually most of them have to abstain from even sexual pleasures. You know what I'm saying? And eventually, once you master the path of the high priest of the maiden, you upgrade and evolve. Once you master it, you become a high priestess. Okay. Um, this is all conceptual, so don't take this literally too, because I'm going to show you how right now I'm speaking like 12th house language, and then I'm going to convert it to the 6th house. So it doesn't always have to be literally. For example, someone who walks the path of the maiden could be a law clerk, to where they devote, what's their higher power? Law. So they devote a large amount of their time to studying law. They don't go out, they don't really have fun because they're studying law. They're really devoting their time to this. And then they get that degree. They become that high priestess. So women who walk the path of the high priestess and become high priestesses develop a very powerful like connection with God. So like their vibrations are very pure. If they're mad at people, they have very powerful ability to use magic and healing and restoration. You know what I'm saying? And just because you walk the path of the maiden doesn't mean that you're not sexually active, by the way, too. There's so many different like applications, but this is just more so the outline of the path it is. Okay, some people choose to walk the path of the maiden if they want to purify their intent. It's very simple. It's just a bit restrictive at first. Then the freedom comes once you're a high priestess. But here's where this is cool. The high priestess can access energies that even for the men, the equivalent to this path for the man is the high priestess path. So he'll be like an acolyte, and then he'll come into some pope position. But there's certain vibrations that even that pope can't reach, that only the high priestess can reach, because you can access the holiest of holy vibrations that would be too intense for others. Okay. Now, another path is the path of the fairy. Okay. First of all, the fairy path is noun for the enthusiast of life. When you walk the path of the fairy, it's a lot more free. Women who walk the path of the fairy are usually women who are very creative and very artistic. Women who spend a lot of their time like branching off on different ideas, and they're very adventurous. Women who walk the path of the fairies, it's like every single day of their life is a music video. Now, this is where I have to hold back anger, because a lot of people have the fairy clan twisted up. See, the fairy clan is a huge deal. When you think about fairies, you think about Tinkerbell, you think about very docile. I mean, look at this imagery. You know what I'm saying? Look at this slander. When you look at fairies, you think of like cute little flying bug things like this. These are not what fairies look like. Fairies get down. Fairies are emissaries of positive vibrations. So when fairies manifest in this dimension or whatnot, they can transform into cute little pixie forms like this, but their actual forms are humanoid. And fairies, like, they don't have the most offensive capability, but they're very effective. They have very powerful genjutsu. They have very powerful illusion magic. What I'm trying to say is they're trying to paint fairies as like nice, docile, oh, we're just harmless fairies. Fairies will fuck your shit up. Fairies will screw you up. Even the demon clan and the devils, who they're not afraid of anyone, they will not mess with the fairies. Like, fight demons or angels, fairies would probably lose because they wouldn't necessarily have the more offensive powers. But if angels or demons are going through a fairy clan, they're like, yo, we have to be chill, because if we piss these fairies off, they can do a special kind of magic to where we're going to be deluded and be here forever. You know what I'm saying? So fairies will whoop your ass. Like, you kind of have to switch your perception of fairies, because if you look at them at the whole way, because that's how they are. Like, fairies are very positive. Fairies carry a very positive vibration with them. And what they do is they go to places and they raise the vibrations. Okay. So fairies are actually here to G check people to smile. And they'll like fairy dust your ass to be like, yay. All right. They infiltrate a lot of clubs. But if you mess with fairies, they will turn gangster on you. Turn gangster. All right. I'm telling you, it's uncharacteristic. They don't like to be betrayed, but they can be tolerant. All right. So women who walk the path of a fairy, it's very fun. It's very vibrant, and it's a little bit unpredictable. So certain women decide to walk the path of the maiden because they want something more consistent and stable and something that's more devoting. The path of the fairy is very adventurous. It doesn't really complete. Whereas you evolve and you finish your obligation with the maiden and become the high priestess, you walk the path of the fairy forever. And every day you tap in to the experience and magic of life. Okay. It's really one for the more like in the moment kind of creative. And every day feels like a music video. Then the third path that women walk is the path of the magi. Okay. You'll see a lot of Gemini women and a lot of Sagittarius women, they walk the path of the fairy or the path of the magi. Now, the path of the magi requirement. So women either walk the path of the fairy or the path of the high priestess. Highly skilled in any field. If you're highly skilled, if you're a highly skilled neurosurgeon, if you're a highly skilled psychologist, if you're a highly skilled singer, if you're highly skilled at like playing basketball, if you're highly skilled at bench pressing, if you're highly skilled at boxing, if you're highly skilled at knitting, or if you're highly skilled at cooking, you can walk the path of the magi. If you're not highly skilled, you cannot walk the path of the magi. This is a prerequisite because you need to take the applications that made you skilled to uncover the magical principles. So this is how this manifests for some women. If you are highly skilled at, say, writing, or if you're highly skilled at speaking, when you walk the path of the magi, you learn magical ability that aligns with your skills. So this is people learning how to use chakra to augment their skills. And women now can use their good speaking ability with their magi skills to captivate more people. Or if they're very skilled with guns, they can walk the path of the magi and they can now make magic guns because the energy takes form of what they're already skilled with. Okay, this is very important because what some women have a dilemma with, once again, very creative women who are maybe, say, artists or very highly skilled like actors or whatever, they really want to walk the path of the fairy, but they know they have to walk the path of the magi because then they'll be able to evolve to higher classes. So those are the three. Okay, now 2018, there's going to be a fourth class. This is the path of the goddess. It's a very difficult path. All right. It has the most power, but it's a very difficult path, and it's a lifelong, eternal path, okay? Right now, the path of the goddess is being beta tested, and the beta test is going to start Jupiter in Scorpio. So the path of the goddess is going to be beta tested by women who have their sun in Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The path of the goddess is being beta tested by you. If you have your sun in these zodiac signs, when in November, when Jupiter is in Scorpio, you can just be dragged to beta test it. You'll just come into a different dimension, time will stop, and it's like you now have to integrate real goddess-like powers, and it has to integrate with your body. Some of you, you're gonna have to stop eating junk food because you have to have like a raw vegan diet in order for you to channel goddess energies, and you're wondering why you have to change drastically stuff. Some of you are already channeling the goddess vibration, so it's going to activate the path. okay, especially in 2018. Now, because it's being beta tested, when you master the path of the Magi and you master the basic skills, which happens over, you know, a course of however long it takes, 6 months to 6 years, you can now upgrade to a higher class. For a different video, because there's a now higher dimensional class of classes to where you can probably access the angelic realm. Special classes like witchcraft, you have to be born into. You can't access, but you can access the path of the paladin, path of the exorcist, access the path, how do you call it? Astral projector and remote viewer, but there's a whole nother dimension and universe of higher paths, but you need to upgrade from the path of the Magi, which is the mastery of your skills. One of those paths is the goddess path. Once you master your skills, you can now upgrade to the goddess path. But what the divine feminine is doing is making it so that the goddess path is one that anybody can walk come 2018. But it's very difficult because not everyone can make the goddess path. Okay. If you can't make the magician path, you probably can't make the goddess path. All right. But yeah, Sean McDougal, the dudes have like classes. You have weapons expert, Magi, high priest, and it's not even because like the woman can't be versatile, but they specifically focus on those three, whereas the men, they have more paths because the men are not as integrated as the women are. The men are, it's not really more about competition, but because there's a lack of unity with the way the masculine energy works, it kind of to more paths as opposed to the feminine vibration, which is more, but I'm gonna have to do that in a different video. All right. Plus the divine masculine path doesn't really activate until Jupiter is in Sagittarius, like late 2018 into 2019. But I will speak on it soon. So anyway, thanks for y'all. I really hope this transmission works. I just channeled it. My channels come from the Palladian 29 degrees and also from the Aquarian energy. So I channel a lot from Osiris, but that's for different reasons. Regardless, take with this transmission what you will. You don't have to take it exactly literally. You can change elements of it. I think it'll speak to certain people. So that being said, thank you, my friends, for joining me. And make sure Synastry webinar done with that. And until next time,